I have gone through and I've read through all the comments, like I said I was going to. And what that means is I have 4 different departments under the suggestion of, I think it was 2 or 3 different comments. They said I needed 4 departments ready to rock. It was also suggested which 4 to use. Someone suggested Chess's department because we have some pretty awesome singularity cards now that are just going to function really well here. So I have Chess's department ready. I have prepared a Yan. I don't know if I prepared them correctly. I was going to go Singleton at first. I want to just make sure I changed this out. Yes, I did. Okay. But yeah, I was going to go Singleton at first. Decided against that because the person that suggested this department also said Lock and Distorted Blade is not good. And the more that I read through them, the more I realized, yes, actually, they just cost too much and you can only use them so often. So instead, I went with what they suggested, which is Baleful Brand. And then I'm going to try to clone that as much as I can, along with the Will of the City, which is going to restore lights and draw pages. So most of our economy is going to be done now with Will of the City and Will of the Prescript, I think is the name of it. So if anytime I can go Singleton, I go Will of the Prescript. Anytime I can't, I use Will of the City. And I throw Will of the City in there just for kicks. I was also told Blind Faith is going to be super important with our next invite, so I want to include that. I don't know why it's super important, but I'm going to include it. So thank you. Thank you for the heads up. Now the rest of this, I went with Index because I wanted to go Singleton because they suggested Singleton was going to be good for this department. That's what I went with. I did my best to try to match whatever damage type that they wanted to use, and then I'm just stacking some damage on top of that. I also fixed my Callow because I was told that this department does well with discard. And I was using my Callow all wrong, which after rereading through their passives, I definitely was, because there's one that says, yes, threefold tenacity. Every 3rd offensive die gain +1 power, and then starting with the 3, I think it's this one? No, additional supplies is not it. It's the one where if they do, ammo supply. After every 3 successful attacks with melee combat pages, add a random ammunition to hand. So I want to be doing as many melee pages as I can, especially ones that remove ammo. So Summary Judgment is perfect for this. So that I swapped that in as was recommended. The next thing I did was I moved over into Hod's department because I was told that Hod's department stacks slashing damage really well. So I moved all of our slashers into here. The first is Bamboo-Headed Kim. The next is Dong Hwan. He just does slashing, but more importantly, he does bleed. So instead of going a full slash team, because obviously I only have so many abnormality pages, I decided to use some of the stabby pages that inflict bleed. Bleed and fragile, so we can start stacking damage as quickly as possible. Yujin is a staple in almost all of my builds, so Yujin went into this department, mainly because she does slashing. And I already had Yujin built in this department anyway, so I just thought it would be totally fitting to have her here. And then I threw in Nemo, only because I was running out of slashy boys. So I threw Nemo in here because I realized that I can abuse his charge abilities a lot, especially with triple R suit, because now that combined with the Rhino stuff, he can be kind of tanky, even though I'm not exactly healing, but I can only have, I think it's like 4 or 5 people healing themselves at any one time. So it gets kind of sketchy, and I think that's why I'm supposed to have departments kind of all built up and ready to rock. That way I can just flip to the next one and not have to sit there and just scream my full head off when I don't have anything prepared. So that's what I decided to do anyway. The next thing I did, I threw in a Lao, only because, well, I didn't know where else to put him. I would put him in Malchus' department, but that wasn't one of the suggested ones, and I couldn't think of another person to build up, like, burn damage with just yet. So I'm kind of holding off on making my burn team. But then someone said that Yasad's department is good again, especially now that I have Myongest, and I think that means that I was onto something when I said that I think I can lock all of Yasad's dice at 1, which would mean all of them are infinity. And if they're all infinity, then they're all getting the strongest boost. So that would be great. Or Mio's boost, I guess it would be, right? Yeah, Mio's boost. So that would be great. Absolutely wonderful. The other person I decided to throw into this department is the purple tier, just because she is the Swiss Army knife of all of our librarians. So it's perfect to have her here. It just makes sense. I can go guard, and then I can move into blunt build if I need to. But if I don't need to, I'm going into pierce build, because someone suggested I redo her pierce so that it was singleton, because that'll fix all of the piercing economy. And then I can start stacking all sorts of different status ailments. Bleed, feeble, then we get fragile in here in a couple places, I think. Mainly just bleed and fragile, but that's all that really matters. So I went that route with her. The next thing I might try to do is try to revamp the pierce a little bit, because right now I'm so focused on guard to crank emotion levels just so she can hard carry the rest of the team. Only because I'm like spreading out all of my best passives, that I think it would be better just to focus fire some piercing, because they made some pretty good suggestions as to why pierce might be the best build for her. The next person I made was a Maxim. It's pretty obvious he does a lot of blunt damage just in general. I think Will of the City is just going to fix this deck completely. Then we're just going to draw into our Rhino Ram as quickly as we can. The one real downside to this, though, is I really don't need Graze the Grass in here. The only function of this is to gain light and gain charge, but once I get up to my charge, then it'll just be gaining lights. So Will of the City will just be my default. I'm going to have to rework some of these decks. I already see it, that I don't have them completely optimized yet, but so far, some of them have worked up to this point. I've heard that the difficulty is right now going to ramp up, which is why I'm going through all of this. On top of, I want to make sure everyone knows that I'm listening, and I'm taking in all the information. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got, which is not much upstairs, so bear with me. But yeah, then I made a Nikolai deck, which you've all seen. I think I haven't changed this one ever since I threw in... Yeah. So she's getting +1 to slash dice power. She's gaining 2 pages off the rip, and then she's just a mind hauler and a health hauler. She's basically there just to be a buffer and debuffer, and that's all she is until her disposal comes online. Then she just wrecks, which is great. Of course, we have our Lesty in here, but there are Alan. And I am struggling to make a good Alan. A good Alan, to me, would be someone that is in Nettie's department that can benefit from the Pierce, who would have Myongest on them because they want to go as fast as they can. And it just, I don't know. All I did was I gave them extra Pierce power, which is good for them because they already get that. And then, obviously, we get Grit in there, so they can take a couple hits. This department doesn't feel quite as busted as I'm hoping it would be, but I'm guessing as long as I clash hard with all of this Pierce, I think we're okay. I don't know if I have enough economy in here. All I'm using is the Will of the City for my economy for this one. This is probably arguably the worst deck that I've built so far, and it's only because I don't know what I'm doing with it. But my last department is Binna's department, because pretty much everyone that gave me suggestions to build up to 4 different departments said use Binna as the last department, because she's the one that can carry at the end if I need it. There was also a lot of people, well, I guess I shouldn't say a lot of people. There were 1 or 2 people who said that it's probably a good thing that I'm not just using either all of Gabora's department or all of Binna's department. And for the record, that is the only reason that I'm not using Gabora or Binna's department as my sole carry department, and it's because they said a lot of people do that, and they wanted to see different departments. So I built these departments, and they're ready to go, but I've dismantled all of them and have used all of those key pieces elsewhere because I don't want them to just hard carry to the end. That we might get there, but otherwise, I basically made my Binna a stagger resist tank. So they're basically an Ujat. I can't fix their pages. They need page draw bad, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can't get rid of it, I can't add. Unless there's a way around that. So instead, I'm going to make everyone else around Binna stronger. Like our Sam. Our Sam is our Rose right now. And I've basically added in pretty much all of the passives for all of the R Corp. Yeah, all of the rabbits, reindeer, and rhino, I think, are all in here. Which means we're going fast, we're going to take less damage, and we're going to protect ourselves? Extra stagger damage, that's it. We're going to do extra stagger damage, too. I decided to use Rip Space, because I think that's just an awesome card. So what that means is she's going to be building up charge and trying to get to this magic 20. And then anytime that she's over a certain amount, no, that's speed. Anytime they're over 11, Rose gets extra benefits from that. So that's my main build. Just try to get Rose as high as we can and then let her loose. Then my Valtiel is Irina. And my Irina is kind of weird. I'm not sure how to build this one correctly. In fact, I don't even know if I used all the passives. I did. So this was another suggestion someone had, was that Olga's page would be really good here. Bottom deal's awesome, which is just obvious because we're discarding all of the pages. Best choice sounded good in my head because I didn't know a way for them to heal the right way. So anytime they discard a page, they can just heal. And then my high level acrobatics is going into this one to boost my final stroke. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to use Clone to copy multi-party compensation, and I'm going to use Final Stroke to just discard all of my pages, draw back into Final Stroke, discard all of my pages, and keep doing that. Theoretically, I should be able to just keep firing Final Stroke. I think if my math is mathily, we're going to lose 1 light every time I fire it, so there will be a time when we sort of run out. So we're going to have to like chill for a little while. There's going to be a cooldown period in between. But other than that, if I prep it the right way, I think Final Stroke will just keep firing. And not only that, but with multi-party compensation in there a couple times, that means everyone else is going to be gaining lights too. Theoretically. But another person also suggested Bayard's page. So I went with a Bayard. And that's who my Mason is. My Mason is a Bayard. They're going to immobilize themselves, knock themselves out, stagger themselves constantly with ready position. But I guess that's a good thing. I guess theoretically, if I do this right, they can get a +6 by the end of a fight. Again, I don't like I see the concept. And this isn't saying that this isn't going to work. It's just saying that I struggle sometimes with seeing some of the more complicated builds. And this feels like a more complicated build. Because I'm not sure... I didn't know that Immobilize actually counted as a stagger. So I didn't know it would pair with Rudolph. So I'm using the Reindeer treatment, and I'm using Survivors. And every time that they get staggered, they gain strength. So I should be able to stack crazy amounts of strength with this. That's the theory anyway. So I think we're ready to rock. I don't know whose department I really want to start with. I sort of want to start in Yasad's department and work my way up, but I don't think I've used my Chesed all that much. So let's actually use them. This is going to be absolutely bonkers because just for anyone who doesn't remember, because it's been a little while now, the last thing we saw was Zhao being pulled away by one of their underlings. I forget their name. But being pulled away, and they were distorting. They were in the middle of a distortion event when we saw them last. So here we go. This is about to get absolutely bonkers, and I feel it. I feel it really hard. Why do we have to send more books, though, if they're already here? That's the other question I have. And why is there more than one act? I assumed that we would just be fighting a crazy distortion. Maybe not. Maybe they went back. Oh, never mind. Right in the middle of it.
제가 고작 죽는 것이 두려워 부장님까지 끌고 나왔겠습니까?
그렇다면 이런 짓을 하는 이유가 있을 것 아니냐? 만약 변변치 않은 이유라면 지금 이 행동을 그냥 넘길 순 없을 거다.
She is all sorts of emotionally charged right now. I don't blame her. She's furious at everything happening, and this library ramps up. It resonates with all of your emotions. So all of those emotions she did have, which forced her here, is just cranked to 11 right now.
부장님, 지금 이 상태로 싸우는 건 개싸움에 불과하다는 걸 부장님도 아시지 않습니까?
비켜!
Oh!
길을 비켜라. 나는 매우 침착하니.
지금의 부장님은 저 하나도 막아내지 못하십니다. 앞도 안 보고 내달려 칼을 휘두르는 걸 어느 누가 침착하다고 합니까?
어차피 없애야 할 상대들이다. 오히려 두려움에 휘둘리지 않고 굳센 마음으로 칼을 잡는 것이 좋지 않은가?
Is it better that way? Sometimes I think fear is a good thing. Fear keeps you alive. It keeps you from making stupid decisions up to a certain point. Then all of a sudden you make really stupid decisions. But I've always thought that a lot of times fear can save you. That's why we have it. It's designed to keep you alive. It can save you in some of these horrible conflict situations.
그럴 상대라고 해도 자신을 잃어버린 칼부림은 의미 없고 유치한 복수가 될 뿐입니다. 적을 상대하는 데 필요한 것이 분노라지만 그 정도가 지나치면 자신에게 돌아오는 독이 됩니다. 분노로 일어서지 말아야 함은 부장님께서 제일 잘 알고 계시지 않았습니까? 칼날이 어디로 향하는지 보지 못한다면 피를 흘리는 건 자신이라고 가르침을 준 사람은 부장님이셨습니다.
That's a clever way of putting it, but you're absolutely right. You don't want to be so upset that you're going to damage yourself irreparably. You also don't want to be so upset that you can't make quick judgment decisions either. I guess they're going the opposite route. It's not that the lack of fear is going to make it bad. It's the fact that she's too angry is going to make this bad. Which sounds a lot like what I just said, but it's not. It's not what I said at all. The little nuance there is what makes this huge. And it's because if she's this mad, even if she does beat us, does accomplish everything, then she won't, I guess technically she won't feel like she did it on her own. It won't be her strength that carried her. It's this distortion and her unbridled rage. I don't know. I'd argue it's still my own strength. I'd argue I can still go in there and kick some butt and be like, yep, I did that. I'm good.
내 것을 앗아간 그들에게 보여야 할 마음가짐이란 없다. 뻔뻔하게도 그것과 우리의 목숨을 걸고 내 길을 제안했지. 웃기지도 않는군. 내가 과연 그들에게 보여야 할 예의란 게 있는가?
It is kind of rude, isn't it? Like, hey, this is a hostage situation. That's basically what it is. And Angela doesn't quite see it that way, which is, I guess, okay. She wouldn't. Not until she realizes what it would mean to have someone that she loves taken from her. But when you basically dangle someone's loved one in front of them saying, we have them and we will give them back if you come here and fight for them, there's no choice. I think Angela doesn't notice that. I don't think, or either that or she's trying to explain it away. That way she doesn't feel as bad as she arguably should feel. This agreement that she keeps saying is fair and honest isn't necessarily as fair or honest, I think, as she thinks it is.
그렇다고 해도 로엘은 그렇게 대응하지 않았을 거야. 샤워, 제발 정신을 차려.
미리스, 나도 알고 있다. 그들 또한 정당한 대가를 걸고 내기를 했고 패했기 때문에 응당 맞는 대가를 치렀다는 것을 전부 알고 있단 말이다.
She took a deep breath. Good! Good for you! I want to know what she's going to say next, though. Is she going to just stab the dude and just charge past him? Or is she going to actually take a deep breath, go away, come back with even stronger forces?
하지만 인정할 수 없는 걸 어떡하나? 그것이 온전한 그들의 의지라고 할 수 있는가? 그 결정에서 조금의 압박도 없었겠냔 말이다. 그런 생각이 들 때마다 난 냉정하게 상황 판단을 할 수가 없었다.
She's really calmed down a lot. What is this going to do for her distortion? Because she's partially distorted. Does it, like, draw back inside of her? Or is this the moment when she grabs a hold of it and starts wielding that distortion, and instead of distorting, it pops into an ego? Because if she's wielding ego, I'm kind of hurting then until I build up my strength. Because I don't get ego until my departments max out their emotion level.
춘과 협회원들이 죽어서 그래서 이러는 거야?
그래. 나도 처음에는 내 몸만 지키면 된다고 생각했지. 로웰의 책만 얻을 수 있다면 이 모든 것이 끝나고 불행인열 한들 주변이 어떻든 상관하지 않겠다고 생각했다. 하지만 한 명씩 죽어나가는 걸 보니 생각이 흔들리더군.
Oh, is that why she's so upset? Because she realized she made a mistake in her judgment? That she realized that, you know, I can do anything, sacrifice all of these peons, if I could just get the person I love back. And then seeing them die, it changed her mind?
내가 정말 옳은 길을 가고 있는가? 정말 오로지 나만 생각하는 게 사람으로서 옳은 일이냔 말이다. 나를 믿고 따르는 이들이 죽었는데 이를 묵인하고 계속 앞을 향해야 하는가?
There's two schools of thought there. The first is, yeah, you would have to. You absolutely have to, because if you give up now and turn around, all of the sacrifices that were done before this would all be in vain, and you would be spitting on their grave. The second is you have to turn around, because they sacrificed themselves to save you, to keep you alive, and you would only be honoring them by surviving, getting stronger, then coming back at your peak. So there's two ways to really look at it. It depends on the kind of person that she thought they were, what they would have wanted in their dying moments.
나 하나밖에 모르는 이기적인 마음이 남에게 피해를 주는데 멈춰야 하는 것이 아닐까? 선택을 해야 한다면 어느 쪽의 피해를 감수해야 하는가? 나인가? 너희인가? 미리스, 답해다오. 무엇을 더 중요히 여겨야 할지 난 이제 모르겠구나.
난 그것에 대한 답을 너에게 줄 수 없어. 내가 어떻게 너보다 더 많은 걸 알고 있겠어. 네가 알고 있듯 난 너보다 현명하지 않아.
She really cares about everyone. Not just Lo, but everyone that was under her. And she puts so much respect in them, because now she's asking Miris for advice, knowing full well that she's not competent or she's not in the right state of mind for this. And he, along with everyone else, has so much faith in her, because his answer, seeing her in this state and seeing how just torn up she is internally, is still saying that she would know better than him and that it's not for him to decide. I don't know. The other associations and syndicates and stuff, I don't really love everything that they stood for, only because I couldn't see myself being part of it. That was it. I loved what they were in the story, and I could see where people would just gravitate toward each one of them. And that's why, you know, the world is comprised of many different people. Like this association, the Lu Association, it's built on respect and love. And like, it's built on a trust and respect that is earned, not given. The Lu Association seems like the most relatable group I've seen. And I'm even counting all the other associations we've seen, because they just seem like a bunch of friends just trying to look out for one another and trying to make this world as good a place as they can, while also trying to benefit themselves and stay alive.
하지만 샤오, 나를 포함해 너를 따라온 이들은 그 누구의 강요도 받지 않았어. 우리가 믿고 따르는 것에 대체 어떤 압박이 있겠어? 매몰차다고 할 수 있지만 모든 이가 그렇듯 권세를 쫓아왔다면 그 힘이 쇠해졌을 때 떠났겠지. 넌 리우 일과 부장을 그만뒀어. 이제 우리에게 압박을 줄 수 있는 존재도 아니고 우리가 의무적으로 믿고 따라야 하는 존재도 아니야.
너희가 날 믿고 움직일 수 있듯 나도 계속 믿던 걸 따르면 된다는 건가?
He has such a way with words. Because if he had said it in any other way, it would have felt harsh, or it would have felt calloused, or it would have felt like he was coerced into this. Like, I have to follow you. I've been following you this whole time. You're my friend. I would do this for you. When in reality, he basically put it as black and white as he could. Listen, If I'm here, it's only because I chose to. If I trust in you, it's only because I made that decision. If I continue to follow you, it's only because I made that choice. And that means that it lets her off the hook, this feeling of guilt that she led all of these people to their demise. No, they followed her to their demise. And that's a huge difference. She didn't ask them, come with me, I will protect you, and then let them down. She told them, I'm going to go do this thing. I'm probably going to die. And they said, so are we. And so are we. And that means that she's free to make whatever choice that she wants to make now. And if Miras follows, Miras follows. And if he doesn't, that's okay too. Again, what does this do to the distortion though?
향이 좋은 차를 반나절 마신다 한들 그 향이 처음과 같아야 한다는 거겠지.
Bina, is that you?
샤오?
무슨 소리가 들리지 않는가? 이 세상의 것이 아닌 듯한 따뜻하고 아름다운 목소리가.
우리 둘의 소리밖에 안 들리는데 무슨 말을 하는 거야?
뭐? 네 말은 틀려. 아니, 맞을지도 모르지.
Is that Carmen? Is she calling? Yeah, no, right? I feel you.
내가 이기적이라고?
Who?
난 그렇게 생각하지 않아. 인간은 혼자서 살아갈 수 없다. 그렇게 된다면 금방 죽어버리고 말 거야. 다른 누군가가 필요해. 그래. 내가 살려줄 사람. 그리고 내가 길을 쓰고 살아야 하는 이유가 되어줄 사람.
I feel like I've gone crazy because I believe she's actually hearing somebody, but I can't hear it. I want to know.
내가 곁에 있음으로써 다른 누군가가 살아갈 수 있고 그 사람이 죽지 않을 수 있음과 동시에 나 역시 죽어서는 안 된다. 너희를 지키며 나 또한 지키는 방법.
Maybe it was just like a little voice whispering in her ear, telling her that she could be stronger, telling her that if she was just strong enough, she could protect everything she cared about and everyone she loved. Trying to drive her toward insanity, drive her toward the distortion.
내가 죽어서는 안 된다. 나를 챙기는 것이 곧 주위를 챙기는 것. 그러니까 네 말은 맞지 않아. 그런 꼬임에 넘어가지 않아. 그래. 이기적인 마음을 나쁘게 볼 수 없다는 건 이런 의미겠지.
Well, I guess I got my answer. She definitely went from distortion to possibly ego. That looks like armor.
미안하다. 제 감정을 못 이겨 올곧게 이끌지 못했구나. 내게 그리고 모두에게 사과하는 건 이번이 마지막일 거야.
Dang, that's a statement. Oh, the last time that I apologize, which means she's going to be flawless from now on. Either that or super egotistical and selfish and realize that she's never done anything wrong ever in her life.
메리스, 난 당장 어두움으로 앞을 볼 수가 없다.
That's because you're having issues with dragon eyes. Don't worry, you'll adjust. They're really sensitive to this light in here.
사실은 두렵고 그렇기에 가끔 잘못된 길로 갈 수 있어. 하지만 굳세게 나아가면 끝내 옳은 길로 갈 수 있겠지. 앞이 안 보이는 거지. 길이 없는 것은 아니니.
God, she's such a badass. She's so awesome. She's always been one of my favorite characters. Just, and that's why. The confidence that she has, and the fact that she's humble enough to realize when she's made mistakes, and realize by admitting some of her mistakes, she can make herself more powerful. But by putting herself down because she's making mistakes, she's weakening herself. So instead, she needs to confidently own all of her mistakes and march forward. God! Why can't I do that in my life? Oh, the confidence that she has. She just exudes it. It's just fantastic.
설마 에고를 발현한 건가?
I would say most definitely, my dude.
필립처럼 불완전하지만 에고에 가까운 모습이었어.
혼자서 중얼거리기까지 하던데 누군가와 대화를 하는 것 같았다니까.
우리는 들을 수 없었지만 샤오, 그는 들을 수 있는 목소리.
마치 환상체 같군.
환상체 같다니?
이곳에서 환상체의 힘을 빌릴 때도 무슨 목소리가 들리거든.
Well, that's fascinating. All of the voices and whispers that we hear are canon. All of the music in the background is canon. Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy. That's bonkers to me that it's just everything you hear, see, and experience is all included. It's all canon. It's not just there for cool effects.
그 목소리는 다른 사서가 들을 수 없어. 오직 나에게만 들리지. 어떨 때는 머리가 울릴 정도로 분노에 가득 찬 소리가 들리고 어떨 때는 너무 슬픈 울음소리가 들릴 때도 있고.
I need to give you better abnormalities then. Because if all you hear is the anger or the wails of the sorrowful, then you have not experienced the laughing powder the right way. That one is just maniacal laughter. That's all it is. I don't know what it's feeling, but it would just be horrendous laughing in your ear constantly. Trust me, that one will drive you crazy.
어쩌다 보니 내가 그 목소리에 동요한다고 해야 하나? 나 역시 속에서 무언가 끓어오르거나 갑자기 머릿속이 차가워지기도 해.
너와 게브라가 듣는 목소리와 저 목소리는 무언가 다른 것 같아.
어떤 점이?
너희가 듣는 목소리는 일방적으로 자기가 하고 싶은 말을 할 뿐이야. 물론 예외도 있겠지만 대부분은 그래.
Oh, okay. So there's no consciousness, no sentience to those voices. But this one had a conversation.
하지만 샤오와 그 목소리는 대화를 하고 있었어. 듣는 사람이 어떻게 되기를 바라느냐, 속삭이고 있는 것 같은 대화였지.
잘 모르겠네. 그 둘이 명확히 다르다는 이유는 아직 없으니. 어쨌든 다른 의미로 괴물 같은 저 녀석을 접대하는 게 먼저겠지. 막막하구만.
Yeah, good question, Roland. How do we deal with that? Only 2 floors. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. Let's read through anything possibly different about them, and then we'll start the fight. And if I see things are going a little out of hand, then we'll deal with it. But the first passive she has is Shimmering. At the start of each scene, exhaust all pages in hand, add new pages, they cost 0. I hate how unfair Shimmering is. Because they don't have to worry about lights. It's totally not fair. Offensive dice gain +1 power at emotion level 3. So if we can beat her before that happens, that would be great. Force of a Wildfire. On a melee hit, inflict 1 burn. And Force of Wildfire, a status that lasts 2 scenes. If an enemy with Force of Wildfire is staggered, inflict all other enemies with burn. So I think she had that one before, if I remember right. She's just going to do a lot of fire damage. When targets hit by melee attacks from this character take burn damage at the end of the scene they were attacked, they also take stagger damage equal to half of the burn damage. Okay, we're just going to be burning a lot. A lot. And after we burn a lot, then we're going to take stagger damage a lot. Coordinated Assault. Oh, God. Give 1 strength, 2 protection, and 2 stagger protection to a random other ally. I wonder who that might be. Miras has Shimmering too? That's not fair. Why not just give them, you play this card, you win? So it looks doable. I think this is totally doable. I think we see what we can do with Chessed's department, see how this might work. I love Chessed's department. It's beautiful, it's blue, and I feel all warm and snuggly inside, and I can smell coffee the entire time. I just don't have regrets. Yes, you can trust me now. What kind of damage are you doing? Emotional turbulence. 3 of them? No, at least it's not doing that. That would be a jerk move. Inflict burn. And then if 4 or more burn, inflict 1 burn to all enemies. I love Fiery Waltz for that very reason. Then all dice on this page gain +1 power, but they don't have emotion level, so we're just dealing with this. Coordinated Assault and Inner Ardor. See, this is the horribleness that we have to deal with. That's a 3 cost, that's a 2 cost, and that's a 2 cost, if I remember right. And yet, they could just play that. Turn 1. As if it means nothing to them. You know, lights. What are lights? Whoa, he has an eco page. All by his lonesome. Jan! Only 1 prescript page can be used per scene. On play, target, ally. What? Target, ally. Target restores 1 light. So if I play this, I can just restore somebody's light. Cool, I guess. I'm probably gonna start this. We're gonna have to start slow. I've probably picked the worst department to start with because we have to start slow. I just didn't realize that they weren't also going to be starting slow. Luckily, we have more speed dice than they do. Not by much, but we do have enough. So I'm going to try to stack as much damage as I can, especially one-sided, onto Miras. Try to get rid of them as quickly as I can. And then I'll switch over to Zhao and see how much damage we can do. I don't know if any of them are going to be running by the end of this, but here's hoping that we don't have to actually bring them down completely. There was a nice move. Ow. Do they just have counter dice? Why did she get that attack? That one seemed like it was a counter die. It's not good for me if they're just exhibiting counter dice. Nice. I think we're doing okay. We took a little bit of stagger damage, but otherwise, all in all, they're going to be bleeding. They're going to be going... They're going to be bleeding, they're going to be fragile, and we've got quite a bit of damage onto them already. We've taken a little bit of damage, and we're not healing with this team, but otherwise, yeah, we're going to be okay, because there is my baleful brand. Finally. Now, there are no strange mass attack pages coming out, correct? Yes. Good. Which means I can use my clone. Oh, I hate how slow we have to build up everything, because we have to get to the unlocked state. I have to start accumulating ammo with my Calo. My Jan is doing okay, but not well enough to keep us all protected. I really think that I probably just should have stuck with my normal builds that I was used to, because this feels like... I think it's going to feel really bad until we're ready to go. Then it's going to feel amazing. Because, let's be fair, they are super powerful. They are definitely one of the most powerful duos that we've faced yet. And I'm doing this with arguably a department that I just set up. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of the benefit of the doubt and let this cook. The start of the scene gains strength and protection equal to the number of allies currently alive. Oh, actually, I think I like this one. As long as we're alive, this is a good one. So, yes. Yes. I'm going to use courage. I'm going to use it on my Jan. That feels strong. That feels good. Especially now, because I have copies of some of my baleful brand now. What other... No, I don't. I copied Blind Faith. No! Oh, that sucks. That sucks so bad. But that's okay. We could just eat some of the damage and then plow through with some of our own one-sided attacks. Ah, don't get staggered. Oh. A little too late, I guess. Good news. Erosion's there. That means she's going to be taking all sorts of damage. Right? Erosion? Erosion damage hurts a lot. No! Why is everyone staggered? Stop getting staggered. Just stop it. Just don't. Have you thought about not? Not would be a good thing. Thank you. A couple of you are actually listening. The rest, work on it. Be better, please. After attacking an enemy with higher amount of stagger resist, deal 2 to 4 bonus stagger damage. Yes. Yes. All of the yes. Let's do this one right here. That sounds good. We're still alive, which means we're still okay. I have made a mistake. These two are probably dead. Because that mass attack's going to go through and hit them for sure. And that last one is an 8 to 20. There's nothing I can do. Okay. Well, no sense in crying about it. Let's just do it. Yep, they're dead. The rest of us, I don't know if we got staggered or not. I couldn't tell, but I think we rolled kinda okay against some of those attacks. I might, just might, think that I'm gonna need to use a different department for sure to finish this. At the start of the scene, the numbered targets are placed. Oh, that's right. I have to hit them in the correct order. Increase the cost of combat pages by 1. All dice gain 3 to 4 power. Yeah, let's do that. Yes. On my yawn, I think. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Ooh. No, we might be okay here. We might be able to defeat them. Definitely not going to survive this attack. Like, this department is pretty much gone, so I'm gonna have to swap out, which is unfortunate because I was hoping to build up some power. Kind of want to do this one. I want to bring them all back. They all just come back one last time, and we just do one Hail Mary barrage. No, I'm gonna do Harvest. I like Harvest. I'm gonna do Harvest. Let's do it. We can at least bring them down. Miris. We can bring Miris down. Xiao is gonna be a little bit more troublesome. I can't draw all this damage off of my poor Esther, so they're going to die. It's just gonna be my Callow and my Yan. Yeah, sorry, my bud. Gotta go. Please. Yeah, they're staggered. Actually, we might be okay. Oh, they died. Now some actual sizable damage. Ow. Ow. No. No, they're staggered. There's nothing we can do. At the start of the scene, numbered targets are placed on up to 3, 2, 2, 1 enemies, depending on the number of allies currently alive. Each time a target is attacked in the correct order, increase outgoing damage by 3 for the scene. I kind of want to do that. Now it's just her. The start of the scene boosts the power of offensive dice by 1 to 2 for the scene if the librarian has 3 or more light. Kind of want to do that one too. 3 or more light's actually really good. Yeah, okay, let's do that one. And then Faded Memories. If the attack hit at least once, all allies draw 1 page. And then all allies draw 1 page again. Could do that one. Or do I do False Throne and bring everyone all back? I don't know. I guess I'll take False Throne. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I could definitely do it right now, but that would eat all of our lights. All of them. All at once. What is they attacking our poor chested with? Actually, this is the weakest that they've done. That is the weakest move that they've done yet. False Throne time. Probably. To bring everyone back. I could do Harvest and then other moves. Because I have Focus Fire, I could actually devour most of this. And then this is just going to hit. There's nothing I can do about it. We've already stacked 11, which is unfortunate. But again, nothing I can do. We just have to eat that damage. I hate how much damage we're just getting from Burn every turn. And it's just stupid how strong she is this way. That hurt a lot. And they're just gonna die from the burn damage. And now that they've got Fervor going, I'm not sure I can beat pretty much any of these, but I'm hoping maybe I can get through some of these attacks. Get Erosion stacked up. Yeah! We should be able to do stagger damage this way too. Yes! Now they are going to kill our poor Hubert, but oh, we have 24 burn just stacked on us. This sucks. When a librarian takes lethal damage, nullify it and recover 20% of max HP. I kind of like that one. I'm not sure anything else is really going to help. The zero cost false present pages would be great. if I had more than one librarian alive. Powder of Life, I think. And then the Homing Instinct? If the attack hit at least once, all other allies restore 2 light. Oh no. I thought I remember that being good. It is. Not for what I need, though. Now what are they doing? Aww. Poor little kitty. We only have 2 lights to use. What are we gonna do about that? That's the mass attack that does lots of damage. We're just dead. There's nothing I can do here. Goodbye, cruel world. I think what I want to do is I want to... Let's see. Oh, we just took fatal damage. We shouldn't be able to die, and yet it's because she killed us twice in the same turn that we can die. What do I do now? No, I mean, actually, what do I do now? Whose department should I use? And then, is it even worth trying to go through all of this when I know full well that she's rocking a level 5 emotions, has tons of speed dice, has tons of power, and I don't have the ability to ramp up against her, especially since she's going to do something crazy and go to Act 2. I might have to do a Binna build. Like, throw in Binna's department with all of my strongest. And then just hope she can carry us. I don't know. We'll sort of see. I'm going to go through this just really quickly, but I got some bad feelings. So far, I think we'll be able to survive at least this round. That was a big move. That's such a huge move when our dodge rolls well. Okay, not so good. But we can clash. Probably, hopefully, win a few of these. Try not to burn ourselves too bad by clashing too many times. Should be able to dodge pretty much everything there, which means that we'll start building up our charge on our purple tier. And now that she has the mark from Nikolai, she should be taking extra damage. And we're already stacking up our charges with everyone else too. So I think this department might actually be pretty good. We haven't even flipped all of our emotions yet to earn an abnormality page, and we're already doing way more damage than our other department did to her. Albeit, the other department did have to worry also about Miris, and not just her, but we're doing so many one-sided attacks that it's stupid. Oh, this is where she runs away. Oh, you mean I was close? Oh, that's unfortunate for me, because she didn't take any damage after she hit 100. That sucks. Why is this red? This department should not be red. This department should be able to gain as much motion points as they need to. Can I only get so many abnormality pages in a single act? I hope not. Maybe it's just red because she's leaving. So it's like, hey, pick a good one. Upon a successful blunt attack, I kind of want that one, but I want the one that like locks our speed really low. This isn't it either, is it? There's no requested target present. No, that's the target. After every 3 clash wins, restore 1 light, gain 1 to 2 haste. Next scene. No, I don't want that one. I need to get slow. Yeah, I think metallic ringing. It's going to be on my Yasad. It's been a while since I've been in the Yasad floor, so this feels actually pretty good to be back. Oh, well, here it comes. Also, there was creepy whispering that I heard before. I don't hear it now.
전부 죽었구나. 아무도 남아있지 않아.
Yes? Why are you talking to the dead?
이곳에서 너희는 끝까지 나와 함께 싸웠고, 그리고 사라졌지. 혼자 남아있는 모습이 항룡 유해하기에 그지없구나. 어둠밖에 없다. 앞이 보이지 않아. 어디로 나아가야 할까? 팔을 내디딜 수 있는 용기는 어디에서 올까? 너희는 대체 무엇을 그리 끝까지 믿었나? 이길 수 있다는 희망, 굳센 지도자, 혹은 책을 얻겠다는 목적. 안타깝게도 지금은 대답을 들을 수가 없구나. 하지만 생을 위해 숨이 잠시 머무르고 다시 돌아가기 위해 흩어지듯 언젠가 다시 너희를 만나 물을 날이 오겠지. 또 너인가? 끈질기게도 말을 거는군. 난 내가 스스로 불러온 절망에 주저앉고 두려워하지 않겠다. 인간이, 그리고 내가 극복하지 못할 건 없어. 참고 견뎌 굳세게 나아가면 최상의 결과에 도래할 것이라 믿고 있다. 정말 순수하게 믿고 있어. 아니야. 그런 것에 주저앉을 필요 없어. 절망이 없다면 희망 또한 필요 없어져. 희망이 있기에 두려움이 생기지만 두려움이 있기에 용기가 존재하고 이 모든 게 없다면 삶이 없다. 살아야 내가 어떻게 이 생동함을 느끼지 않겠는가? 여전히 난 나를 위해 싸울 것이다. 나를 위해 목숨 바친 동료들을 무시하겠다는 게 아니야. 아니, 어쩌면 내가 여기서 너희 때문에 주저앉는 것이 무시하는 행위일 수도 있지. 네 말은 끝까지 내 마음에 들지 않는군. 홀로 선 나무는 숲을 이룰 수 없다라. 재밌는 이야기야.
But maybe she can? I don't know what just happened, but I'm gonna guess that she got so much stronger. Whoever she was talking to, they need to stop. They need to stop powering up all of these people. Take no damage from burn. When inflicted with a status ailment that isn't burn, reduce the amount by half. Ew. Every scene uses our combat page that deals stagger damage to self, but grants strength if it loses in a clash. Stagger resist is not fully recovered even if the character is restored from stagger or an act ends. Oh, nice. So they're going to be trying to stagger themselves. I really need to focus on stagger then, which means we need to be doing slash. So it's very unfortunate that I have a predominantly blunt build now. When this is active, all characters are uninfluenced by any effect on power for the scene. Activates on the first scene and then activates every 2 scenes. Wait, that means that they're activates on the first scene and then activates every 2 scenes. So they're weak every other scene then, because they are stacking power on themselves. And in fact, fervor should be stacking power on them too, but that doesn't work every other scene. So that's when I need to hit them. Otherwise, I what am I saying? I can't prioritize anything. I just have to do and just pray that I come out of this unscathed. Dice power +1 at the start of the scene. Inflict 2 burn on all enemies? Darn you! Darn you all to heck! Inflict 8 burn. Inflict 1 burn. This page prompts no action because, oh yeah, it's just counter dice. Counter dice. Also, does this do burn? No. Does this do burn? Yes, this does burn. Take 10 less damage from burn for this scene. If user has burn, recover 4 HP and gain 2 protection next scene. That is unfortunate. So not only do they not take damage from burn, they don't just not take burn damage, they heal from burn. Aw, this sucks. They're so powerful. Oh, that's why. That is a complete ego. Good for you. Nice job. You did it. I'm so proud. Go away now.
그리고 새벽이 오지 않는 밤은 없지.
God, they're such a badass. I've said it once. I'll say it a million times before this is over. People are going to get so tired of it. She is a phoenix dragon, awesome samurai person. How is that not the most awesomest thing you've ever seen? Also, everything she says is just exudes confidence. The confidence that everyone saw in her. It was shaken once. Once. After losing everyone that she cared about. It was shaken one time. Up against unfathomable odds. It was shaken one time. And never again after that. She is so amazing.
한낱 사라질 별 따위가 떠오르는 태양의 빛을 이길 수 있을까? 각오해라. 오늘 도시의 별 하나가 질 테니.
What a last line. Oh, it's just a shame no one will ever know you said it. Oh god. This is so cool. The music is amazing. The effects going on is amazing. Oh yeah, the music is just phenomenal. I love this so much. Oh, and the power doesn't just affect her, it affects us too. That's a problem. Well, I guess not. Oh my god! Stop it! Stop it! Stop being so awesome! Oh well, here we go. I'm gonna try my best. I gotta at least stop most of the damage that's going. Oh, that's crazy! It deals 70 stagger damage to self and gain 4 strength and endurance next scene. I mean, yeah, sort of crap that happens, but the 70 stagger damage to self is what I really care about. No clue if this is going to be good or not, but as long as they're not doing the mass attack, I don't care. Just start pounding away and see if we can do some stagger damage. How? No, the counter dice... Oh no, that's just emotional turbulence. Yeah, okay, the counter dice aren't there, so we're good. Beat reverse scale. Good! Now the only unfortunate thing is I probably should have waited and done that. Not next scene, but the scene after that. Uh-oh. Because they're gonna gain power. Oh no! It's not what I wanted! Lament, is this the one that does it? One of these locks me at 1 speed. I need something that locks me at 1 speed. Deal +2 to 4 damage against an enemy with a status ailment. If the librarian has a status ailment at the start of the scene, gain 1 to 2. Yes, we have burn. Absolutely. And we keep stacking charge, and we keep stacking guard, and we keep stacking strength, and we keep stacking speed. And we should be able to just plow through. Oh god. Never mind, she's doing all sorts of crazy damage now. What is going on with fervid emotions? Why did it have so many counter dice suddenly? No. Die. Die. All of this, die. I know that they have crazy strength right now and endurance, but still. Why does that just happen? Why is that just hitting everyone? Good! We've hit them, so with the reverse scale. We beat the reverse scale. Is this it? Is it Chained Wrath? Blunt dice gain 1 to 2. Speed is fixed at 1! Yes! This is it! This is the one! I'm hoping this works! I hope this is what I think it is! If not, I am in big trouble. On hit, deal stagger damage equal to 10% of the target's current stagger resist. Yes. Yes! Yes! No! What are you doing? I just one light! Just one light. No, 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 no. What do I do with one light? And it's against the mass attack too. We did not get lucky with our card draw this time because we have a few moves that can possibly go up against this, but if I'm being honest, our Maxim, luckily they're super tanky because otherwise... Oh, they rolled like crap! They rolled like hot garbage! Yeah! That makes me feel good. That hot garbage roll of theirs just saved us so much damage and so much stagger. Now, unfortunately, that's not going to save us from all of the other damage that's about to happen because that move, yeah, that's the one. The Jinni. There was nothing I could do. I didn't have a single page amongst all of my little ones to handle that much damage. Do you have a second phase of this phase? Because if you do, there's nothing that I can do against you. Because we're doing okay for what we've got, but... It's regret time. It is regret time. Oh, why? Okay. That needs to be pulled off of my Yasad. That's got to go anywhere but there. Because my Yasad's probably going to die to that. There's no sense in me not using this blunt damage against them and trying to stagger them as quickly as I can, but as soon as this goes, Yasad's cooked, and then the rest of us are just going to have to carry this. Never mind! I might have a way to do it! The only problem is this is not going to clash, though. So destroy all of opponent's dice when it clashes, and I can destroy the next dice on this page if I... Wait, destroy all of opponent's dice. Destroy all of opponent's dice? Because you have to remember, she doesn't just get a +7, she has a +8. Because I keep forgetting about Fervor. Fervor is activated currently, too. Oh, right, and 9 Children of the Dragon, that's also activated. So she gets a +10, basically. I just need to assume that this is a +10. I don't know what the best way to do this is. And I can't clash it because we're the same speed. I don't have anything that can pull that. So my best option is to pull this, clash and win. I think this is it. I think this is my best case scenario. Do as much damage, like Hail Mary. Let's see what we're doing. Oh yeah, I get cool stuff happening. I like the cool stuff. It trumps their cool stuff. So good, yeah. Just keep kicking their butt. Oh, that did so much stagger damage to them. We have options. Not if we die, though. Hang on. Yes. Disposal hit. That killed the rest of their dice. That should be fatal. Yeah! Disposal. Oh! What was that? 256 damage of disposal. Woo! Oh! It was down to the wire, but we did it. Oh, screw you, Zhao. Screw you. No, I don't mean to be that mean. You're awesome. You're amazing. You're probably the best character that I have seen yet. So well written, so amazing, but... Screw you, Zhao! Screw you! Okay, I feel good. I feel amazing. I feel on top of the world. Thank you, all of you, because it was all of your suggestions that put together these departments that finally came together to win that. Otherwise, that was going to be frustrating. The curtain closes. Yeah? I don't know what I expected the next thing to be, but I did expect this. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I salute you for all of that you've done. What? Why?
그래도 다른 녀석처럼 무너진 모습을 보이진 않았어. 저렇게까지 사람이 굳세게 나아갈 수 있나 싶었고.
Yes, I know. Wasn't she amazing? Her confidence and her determination, her grit. She's my favorite. I'm calling it right now. She's absolutely my favorite. Like, I throw that word around a lot, you know, between the Red Mist. Arguably one of my favorite characters from Lobotomy, just because of her whole character development and her character arc. Roland is definitely up there now that we've seen a lot of him, and Angela is creeping her way up now that we've seen a lot of her backstory. It totally makes sense, everything that she did. But Zhao, there's just something about her. No wonder people were so hyped about this.
무슨 생각을 그렇게 깊이 해?
필립과 샤오를 보고 나름대로 생각해봤어. 에고와 뒤틀림 사이의 관계를.
And what did you come to the conclusion of? It all depends on the person, the strength and willpower of the person?
둘은 비슷하면서도 달랐지. 공통점이랑 차이점이 확실했으니까.
그래? 어떻게 생각하는데?
아마 뒤틀림 너머로 가지 않도록 잡아주는 게 있는 것 같아.
And what would that one thing be?
에고나 뒤틀림이 발현할 정도로 둘의 감정선은 불안정했어. 그리고 그 결은 비슷했지. 이기적인 마음.
Egoism. You mean like id, ego, and superego? Or, because we could talk about, what, psychiatry? Or psychology?
자기 자신만 위하는 마음?
그래. 같은 이기적인 마음이어도 둘이 받아들인 건 달랐지만
Ah, yes, it is. It's all about psychology. The id, ego, and superego.
어쨌든 그 마음은 자신을 바꿀 정도로 강한 힘이 있기에 그 둘은 불완전하지만 에고에 가까운 모습으로 변했어.
She manifested ego. That was a whole ego. If that wasn't a whole ego, I'm furious at how weak we are.
하지만 필립은 그조차 완전하지 못했지. 여전히 마음 한구석에서는 불신하는 마음이 있던 거야.
Oh, that's what she's saying, is that they both manifested like a weakened state of ego. And it was only through her willpower and her desire to be selfish.
그건 샤오도 마찬가지인 것 같던데. 처음부터 완전히 확신하는 느낌은 아니었지. 뒤에 가서야 마음을 다잡은 것 같았지만.
여기서 그 둘의 차이점이 나오는 거야. 난 그 이유가 그들만 들을 수 있었던 목소리에 있다고 추측해. 확실하진 않지만.
Did they not see Philip? Like the inside of Philip's head? That we saw? Because we saw the inside of Philip's head. We saw all the trauma that Philip was going through. Did they just see the poor Philip just writhing on the ground, holding his head, just, get out! Don't cheat on your wife! Definitely not with her, please! No! They're like, what is wrong with this idiot? Oswald just standing there, menacingly.
목소리라.
그래. 필립은 오스왈드의 말에도 무너질 정도로 정신이 유약했어. 플루토가 귀 기울이라는 그 목소리가 대체 무슨 말을 했는지 필립은 정말 그 목소리에 무너진 건지 잘 모르겠지만 샤오를 보면 조금은 추측할 수 있지. 샤오는 들리는 그 목소리에도 주저앉지 않고 오히려 더 견고해졌어.
So maybe I was even wrong before. Maybe it isn't Carmen calling to these people. Maybe it's themselves calling to themselves. It is their own, probably id, I would say, or maybe superego. It is like their own subconscious talking to themselves with their instincts, and their subconscious was all sort of uniting with their present, their consciousness. And if that happens, then it wouldn't be hard to argue that they couldn't actually be talking to themselves. It's not that they're distinctively different people talking to themselves or talking to them, or that they think it's different people talking to them. It's that they know it's their two honest selves. And I think that's what's going on with Xiao, is that it was her other honest self. One being a very selfish person that wants to just give in, run away. Everyone that they cared about died and is gone. And the other person, which we saw, who is them, they're the one that had the solid conviction. They're the one that told themselves, hey, this isn't us. We are someone that just gains in strength when people need us. And these people need us. And if we leave now, we will be letting them all down. We need to have the faith in us that they had in us. So don't do this. Let me go. Let me do this. And the second that they told themselves, hey, I got this, just let me do it, that's when everything snapped into place. Maybe that's what's going on. The other thing could be that it could actually just be Carmen calling to all these people.
그리고 완전한 자신만의 에고가 발현했고.
맞아. 그 목소리에 대항할 수 있었던 이유. 그 이유가 뭘까?
전에 저 녀석이 말했던 대로 소중한 거니 뭐니 했던 그런 것들 아냐?
Could be the precious things. It could also be the words that Mira said. She was heading down that path, and then Mira said, listen, take a deep breath. This is not your fault. You need to do what you always do and just be you. We can handle the rest, whether that's living or dying. And I think that sort of helped her because she's like, okay, I don't need to carry the weight of everyone else. I just need to do what is best for me. And I can do that.
정확히는 인간을 움직이게 하는 그 모든 것. 하나로 특정할 수 없겠지. 개개인이 소중히 여기는 건 다르니까. 아마 에고가 뒤틀림의 경계선을 넘어가지 않도록 잡아주는 게 아니려나.
That could be. You know who might have some insight into this? Callie. She manifested her own ego. So why aren't we talking to Callie right now?
항상 팽팽하게 외줄타기라는 거지. 자칫 발을 잘못 내디디면 무너지는 거고.
롤랑, 네 말이 맞는 것 같아.
하지만 이상해. 마음만으로 변할 수 없는 세상이라고. 적어도 이 도시는.
이제 세상이 변하려나 보지.
Maybe it is starting to
그렇게
change.
간단히 이야기할 수 있는 게 아니야. 도시의 생태를 뒤바꿀 정도의 힘은 언제 머리에서 손을 대도 이상하지 않아.
They already tried that, and it didn't work the first time. I don't think they're going to try anything too crazy just yet until they have proof that everything is shifting. Then, yeah, maybe they're going to throw everything they got at us. But I'm going to guess that's probably a lot closer than I think it is, because now we've finished Star of the City. So we're onward into some of the more difficult fights, which tells me that probably they're sending more and more dangerous people after us.
머리가 개입해도 변하는 건 없어. 똑같이 손님으로서 맞이해줄 뿐이지.
Yeah, now we have Zhao, so I can truly make a busted department. Impuritas Civitatis. I can't remember if that means citizen or like civilization. And the reason I am living is only because I am looking for what I have lost. Is this Roland? I'm pretty sure people said that this is part of that poem.
롤랑, 그거 알아?
Ha! Too close! That's too close! The beauty that stands before us is just, it's beaming. It's blinding me. Oh, Angela's here too. What about Roland? Are you gonna give him a hug? Why are you standing too close? Back up. You guys should be staring at one another at like distant corners of this football field length room.
요즘 기분이 매우 좋아. 점점 잊히고 있어.
Yay! I'm forgetting! I guess as much as it terrifies me, like that's one of my biggest fears is like losing my memories. But I guess she's trying to forget. She's forgetting horrible things.
악덕 기업에서 받은 가혹한 기억이.
맞아. 그 잔인했던 시간.
Oh, good for you.
보고 싶지도 기억하고 싶지도 않은 것들이 희미하게 옅어져가. 이제 눈을 감아도 떠오르는 건 100만 년 전의 순간이 아니라 불과 3, 4일 전의 일들 뿐이야. 내 선택을 통해 쟁취한 나만의 시간이지. 그리고 그 어느 때보다 시간이 빠르게 흐르고 있어.
Honestly, that's got to be so refreshing to feel so stuck and forced to relive those memories over and over. To have life be what you chose and just make your own choices in life. Couldn't even imagine how wonderful of a feeling that might be for her.
인간보다 100배 느리게 느끼는 시간의 구속에 얽히지 않아도 돼.
Oh, that's right. Time is actually speeding up for her. She's coming back to, oh, it's going to be horrible for you. Trust me. When it feels like you just woke up and the day's over, remember those moments when you could do a bajillion things all in one day, all at once.
날마다 기분이 좋아지는 거 있지?
And you know what else I bet? Since she's becoming human, she's going to hate it soon. Because that's what we as humans do. The second we find something that we've been wanting for a long, long time and we just have it, then it's not enough. So then we have to go looking for new things. The second that she's like, I got what I wanted and now I'm miserable, it will be the second that I know that she's become a human. Like a real human. That's just human nature. Unless that's just me. That might just be me. That might be a me problem. And I'm just generalizing because that is what I do all the time. But I feel like most people I've talked to, like in my real life, they feel the same way. So I'm guessing that that's a very common thing have it. Once you have something, it's so easy then to just want more. Where does she go from here, though? What more could she want?
그렇게 행복한 모습은 처음이네. 뒤틀림으로 인해 도시와 인간이 무너지고 있는 건 어떻게 생각해?
그건 마냥 웃을 수만은 없네.
At least now she's taking it all in. I like that Roland holds her responsible and calls out her bullcrap. Someone has to. Can't be all butterflies and fairies.
그래도 날 100만 년 동안 가둔 가증스러운 그놈이 이 꼴을 본다면 절망하겠지.
Would he? I don't think he would. I think you tell yourself that. But I think he's already understanding that once his job was done and he sort of restored all of the Sephiroth and he gave up his life for the light, he had done all that he could do. When she can let that one go, then I'll know that she's actually healed.
그래, 끝없이 절망할 거야. 자신의 멍청하고 어설픈 계획으로 인해 더 많은 이가 고통 속에 몸부림치고 있으니까.
To say that with that face, that kind of creeps me out a little. Angela, you're showing your psychotic side. Please calm down a bit.
곧 대가를 치르기까지 머지않았어.
네가 말하는 복수는 최종적으로 도시를 무너뜨리는 거야?
무너뜨리다니? 아니야. 전에 말했잖아. 사선은 나와 함께 자유로워질 거라고. 뿐만 아니라 도서관에서 육체 없이 떠도는 환상체들도 밖으로 나가는 거야.
No, she's not gonna bring down the city. No, she's gonna unleash undescribable destruction onto the city. That's what she's gonna do. And then she's gonna watch it all burn. She doesn't need to do anything. What? I told you, Angela, bottle up the psychoticness, please. Just a little. Just tone it back, just for me. I liked it better when it was a surprise. You're all dead. More so than spelling it out for me.
도시에 힘 있는 자들을 집어삼키며 성장한 환상체들은 도시 곳곳을 누비겠지. 그저 풀어줄 뿐이야. 원하는 걸 할 수 있도록.
Oh no, the crazy's here. What?
그리고 그 어떤 뒤틀림보다 진하게 도시에 새겨질 테지.
Hold on. What is that about to do to my poor boy Roland?
이 모든 방법은 단 하나의 책이 알려줄 거고.
푸른 또라이랑 같은 사상이네. 차라리 둘이 손잡고 짝짝꿍하면 만사 해결이겠어.
Yeah, wouldn't they? Aren't they just spectacular together?
달라. 많이 달라. 뒤틀림이나 환상체가 자아내는 아름다움 같은 건 관심 없거든.
Roland is only concerned about the ends and the means. The end is the destruction of everything. The means is by turning loose the abnormalities. That's what Blue and Angela both want to do. Angela is more worried about the nuance of it. She's not doing it because she's worried about the... Look at that little pout. I'm not like them at all. Throw your temper tantrum elsewhere, Angela. I don't want to deal with it today. You are exactly like them. Even though you don't want the beauty, I'm not selfish. I don't want to see beautiful things. All I care about is me and getting out of here. That's not selfish. That's what it sounds like to me. I might be reading into it a little bit wrong or differently, but all she cares about is getting out of here. And what she's realized is getting out of here won't be enough. But if she lets loose the abnormalities, they will be the distraction she needs to go and live her life freely, away from the prying eyes of the city. That's just a means to the end, and that's it. And it doesn't matter because the abnormalities are no different than anyone else in the city. They would be the same as if someone strong was just in the city. They're going to go and do whatever they want. So for her, it just makes sense. I get it. That's tough. That's a rough sell, okay, Angela? I don't know anyone that's gonna believe this.
아름답든 추하든 관계없이 그저 원하는 대로 살게 해주고 싶을 뿐이야.
I get it. It's not all that bad. It's not a bad dream, really. They deserve some freedom too. They've been locked up a long time.
게다가 설사 푸른 잔향과 내 뜻이 비슷하다 해도 그런 놈한테 내 소중한 걸 넘길 수 없지.
그 행동이 어떤 결과를 부르든 복수의 즐거움만 느끼면 된다는 건가?
Kind of what it seems like, yeah. A very apt way to describe that, Roland. Thank you.
그렇게 해야 하는 거야. 난 대본을 읊으며 수많은 죽음을 봐야 했어.
So you want everyone to pay for your angsty teenage years being ruined by having an overly controlling father figure. I get it. I respect it. I do. Go for it. I'm not gonna stop you.
그 반복 속에서 내가 보고 배운 건 이런 방법뿐이고 이런 일밖에 할 수 없으니까.
It's true. That's true.
그리고 이제는 사랑하며 증오하는 그자의 계획이 무너지는 걸 보며 즐거워하지 않으면 안 돼. 물론 나로 인해 도시와 인간이 괴로워하는 건 유쾌하지 않지만.
What kind of bass-ackwards thinking is that then? If you're not enjoying the process of seeing the city destroyed by your own hands, then don't do it. Simple as it. You have choices now. I get that she feels like it's the only thing that she knows, so that's the only thing she can do, but it's the only thing I'm good at, is releasing these abnormalities on people and watching them get mauled. Pick up a hobby! Try something new! Do something different! Anything that will make you feel fulfilled in life, not just, I got this thing that I'm supposed to do and I don't know how to do it, so I'm just gonna do what I normally know how to do. Figure it out. That's what we all have to do when we choose a different path in life, Angela.
그렇지만 행복해하지 않으면 안 되는 거야.
You don't have to. You're not, well, it depends on how she's using obliged, but yeah, I guess. You're allowed to feel happy, but you can feel happy in other ways.
이날만을 기다렸으니까. 지금까지의 난.
Oh, second thoughts?
이런 일이 아니라면 100만 년간의 고통 속에 홀로 갇혔던 나는 그 어디에서도 보답받을 수 없는 거라고.
You're gonna have the entire city repay that debt that you're owed?
복수의 마음은 여전해. 하지만 됐어. 고민해도 결국 도달한 결론은 같아.
She's mad that A's not around. So we talked about this one time in one of the videos in the past. But how Angela's going to come to this realization that without A around, all of her plans for vengeance just will not work. Because A won't be there to respond. She can only imagine what he must look like now that she's ruined everything. But she doesn't know, and she's going to feel hollow for it. And she's slowly coming to that realization that without him around, everything that she does is only going to affect her and no one else from now on. And that's terrifying for her, and she can't have that. So that's why she's reverting back suddenly to this idea that I need to just tear people apart. That's what I was made for. That's the only thing I can do. And if I can do that on a grand enough scale, it's going to be enough. I will feel fulfilled in my revenge, because I will know for sure that he would have hated this. But she'll never know for sure if that's what what his intentions were, because they never had enough of a conversation to know for sure what he was thinking. They never did. Maybe he did plan on destroying the entirety of the city. Maybe he did plan on wreaking all sorts of havoc. Maybe she's doing exactly what he wanted to do from the beginning. I don't know. And she doesn't know, because he wouldn't talk to her.
반드시 단 하나의 책을 찾아 소망을 이루는 것.
다음이 있다면 그땐 혼자 생각하지 말고 누군가와 같이 생각해보는 것도 좋겠지.
What a gentleman, Roland. Unless he's about to say, why don't you talk to Nettie? Go talk to someone else. I don't want to deal with it. But I think he's saying, hey, I'm here for you. Talk to me. I will talk you down off of this cliff of destruction.
그것도 나쁘지 않겠네. 그리고 전에 말한 대로 세상을 돌아다니고 싶어. 분명 재밌을 테지. 내가 모든 짐을 내려놓는다면 말이야.
그래. 이 모든 일이 끝난다면 생각해보자고.
That's so deep. There's so much to talk about in there. But before we do that, the passive transfer cost limit has increased from 10 to 12. Oh, that means I'm gonna have to go back through and rebuild everything all over again. I also don't have a book for Hakma's department. Still? We still have some of Binna's stuff, but now we've just unlocked one singular point on our story. Every choice that we have now has been made for us. We're just going to plow straight forward ahead. Finish up all the abnormality fights, do all of the suppressions that we have left, and read all of the rest of the credenzas in a lot of the next videos. So thank you so much for watching, and take care. Goodbye!